This is the video on how to make a hexahexaflexagon, but I just wanted to start off with this little dragon from Think Fun. It may make a cameo appearance in class, and I just thought you'd like to say hello to him before I start the video. There he goes. Goodbye. Okay, so first of all, I got these patterns from AuntAnnie.com. You can see the pattern. And this is what the pattern I'm going to use looks like. It has animals, I think Chinese zodiac on it. And there's all sorts of other patterns she has on her website. And your assignment for 10 points on your exam is to make one of these. You can make them any way you like as long as you don't use the exact same one that we did in class. So anything other than that specific one will work. Okay, so first of all, you cut these out. Nobody has had any trouble cutting those out, so I'm not going to demonstrate that. So assume you now have these two pieces that you have cut out. Remember, this is for the hexahexaflexagon. Okay, so you have both of these pieces, and then you fold this way. Again, people have been able to do this quite easily. Now, you want to score them in both directions, so that means you want to fold it up. I've pre-scored this so that this video will go faster. So you fold that up, crease it, right? And then you fold it in exactly the opposite direction. You say, oh, well, this one should go this way, and you just flick it around the other way, okay? You do that with both of them, and that's how you then start, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it. So you take the glue stick, all right, and you just glue stick. See, I'm not gluing that piece yet, but I will. I mean, that's coming. But all I'm doing now is I have 2 strips of paper, and this is because I didn't print on both sides of the paper. But if you had printed on both sides of the paper, then you wouldn't be doing this step, right? So this is just to replace printing on 2 sides of a paper. So now you have 2 completely flat pieces of paper. Now, something some of you guys did in class is you tried to glue together the stars. Well, the stars will get glued together, but that's the next step. So before we do that, we want to glue together these 2 white triangles. And you see what's going to happen is you're going to have a series on one side. This is in the one I gave you in class, this is where the primary colors were. They just alternate triangle, triangle, triangle. On the other side, it's going to be trapezoid, trapezoid, trapezoid in the same order. So you see, if you were to glue it this way, it causes no problem. It just makes it a little harder to connect it at the end. So it's not a really horrible thing, but it just makes your life harder. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue. Here's the glue. Okay, I'm going to glue this little piece right here. There we go. And because this is a video in real time, I'm going to actually tape it because it does not have time to dry properly. So if you want a little bit of extra security, you can do that right here. Makes it a little harder to fold, but then it won't fall apart. Okay, now comes the slightly tricky part. It's not that bad, but you start at either end. So the chirality on this one is different from the one I gave you in class, but I don't think you'll even notice. The point is you take a trapezoid and you fold it so that the same color touches the same color. So in this case, yellow goes on yellow. Then blue goes on blue, red goes on red, etc. And you fold it around, and this is why you wanted to pre-crease. This should be a little faster now. And it just makes a long tube. There you go. Okay, now you say, well, what good was that? Well, now what happened is all those, what I'm going to call secondary colors, and I don't mean artistically, I did it that way in class on purpose, but those secondary colors that were the secondary colors in class, they're hiding on the inside. And these ones I'm going to call my primary colors. Those are on the outside. You now fold it the same way you would fold a normal hexaflexagon. Again, you're still going to say the same color goes on the same color. So I'm going to pick. I can pick any color I want. Let's say I pick the green snake. And I fold the green snake over, and you can already see this coming out. All right, so the green snake gets folded over. But then you say, there must be one more. Aha, here's the other one. Okay, now you have to figure out what needs to get glued, and this is why you left this tab for last. Because if you had glued these guys first, if you had glued these guys down first, it would technically be okay, but it just would be much harder to make this step work. You can still do it. Okay, so you glue that down. And again, because this is a live video, I'm going to tape this. Hope I don't regret this. Maybe that tape is too long. That is Theodore in the background. Okay, and then I think I'm going to want another piece of tape here under this tab. Again, if your glue has time to dry, then this should not be necessary. Okay, so you let it dry, but this is one of your primary colors, and if you don't remember, you can go back here to look at what they look like. You can say, okay, so these orange, green, and purple, which are actually like not primary colors, these are your secondary colors. So the secondary colors are the primary colors, and the primary colors are the secondary colors. As little sense as that makes. Also, on the one I gave you in class, I kind of indicated to you where the peaks and the valleys should go. So this is why the 10 points for your exam are for you to make it work on a different one. See, this is your primary cycle. Purple, orange, green. Purple, orange, green. Then you say, okay, for example, purple, green. So purple, green, orange. Okay, so now, see where these guys are folded up? If you fold up a different side, then you should get a different color in the middle. So what we're saying is green, purple goes to red. So then you get green, purple, red, green, purple, red, green, purple, red. Okay, and then you should go back to orange. Good. Now we have orange and purple should go somewhere else. Yellow. Okay, great. There's green, green, purple. We know that green, purple goes to red. This is why this is hard. Orange, purple goes to yellow. So we've seen red and yellow, and now we're looking for blue. And there is blue. Okay? So the goal for 10 points on your exam is you have to show me, without me helping you, no hints, you have to show me how you can get all 6 sides to show. And I'll show you one more time what happens. Okay, so first you find your primary cycle. Oops, purple, green, orange. So what you should do is get your primary cycle going for a while until you're comfortable with it. Purple. Instead of going to green, you just turn the valleys into mountains and the mountains into valleys. You just go from here to here. Then you say, ah, there's yellow. If you want, you can just fold it back up again. That's fine. And say, aha, here's blue. There it is. Okay. I've now lost track of which one I showed you and which one I didn't. Yellow. So we saw yellow, blue, red. See, we got them all. That's right. That's what you need to do. Okay? And the other thing you can't do, when you open this up, it's not okay if it alternates like 2 different colors. I mean, it's totally okay for your fun at home, but not for the 10 points on the exam. You have to be able to actually follow one of the patterns at AuntAnnie.com, or if you find another one, that's fine. I just don't know of another good resource online for these guys. Or you could draw your own, because if you have a blank one, that she has blank ones on her website, and this coloring diagram tells you which sides show together. So you can make up your own pattern. I'm totally fine with that. Okay? So, hope that was fun. And little dragon says goodbye.